Hi, and welcome again to another episode of the Consistency Queen. How are you? My name is Elsa Morgan. I'm here to bring to you the fire, to share with you 3 things that you need to take into consideration to build a rock solid brand on social media and build authority. And the reason why you should be listening is because I've been able to build a 7-figure business literally from scratch, from launch in the middle of 2021 until now. And so the way that I've done that is organically on Facebook through my own personal profile as well as my group. And I want to share with you exactly what I've done because I believe that more than ever now, it's increasingly competitive. And in order for you to be able to stand out for your ideal client, to be able to identify you and to be able to see if maybe you might be able to help them, and for you to also identify potential clients, you need to get clear on these 3 things. So then the decision-making process is a lot more easier for you. You're able to lock arms a lot more quicker with your ideal audience. And as well as that, you avoid the catastrophes associated with not having your right people, because that's fraught with danger and comes with a lot of pain. So I want to help you to avoid all of that and start establishing these 3 key areas that will help you to just move forward with a lot more simplicity and focus and clarity. So let's get started. Grab a pen and paper because I'm really excited about sharing this information with you. So the very first thing that you need to get clear on is what you've created. So in this step, you need to really map out your backstory, where you got started, how did you get started on this journey, whatever it is that you are sharing in terms of your transformation, your growth, the decision that you made, any form of objections, any form of challenges, anything that you had to learn along the way. These are all things that are important in the what you've created stage. And you really should be fleshing this out, because there are some things that you may not think are relevant, but they do become relevant, in some of the conversations that you may have with people as you are identifying if they're an ideal client or not. So in this area, in this stage, you talk about your backstory, you get clear on how you got started, the decision that you made, the steps that you took along the way, the learning, all of the challenges that you experienced to get you to where you are today. And as well as that, you then need to flesh out where it is that you want to go, because what you've created today is not something that is going to stand still. You want your audience to believe and trust in you that this is something that's a moving thing, that your mission is to take people with you, way they can achieve the thing, the same thing too. So you want to also get together all your ideas, your thoughts, your desires around your vision, where it is that you want to land, what ideal life you want to live in terms of yourself, but also the mission in terms of the impact, the people that you want to help, the contribution, your own life, your own work that you'll be doing. And this is such an important thing, because what you want to do is you take people through this journey of where you've come, and they see where you are now, and then they can see that this is something that is just a moment in time, and you're going to take them on this journey as you move along as well. So that's step number 1, is look at what you've created and where you're going. Okay. Number 2 is to get clear on who you've become. And this bit is super important, because when people talk through their journey, one thing that they don't talk about enough is everything that they've had to learn themselves to be able to become this version that's achieved the results. It's not spoken enough because, I don't know, I just think maybe there's a fear around people really knowing what it takes to achieve results. I'm not scared to tell you that you need to be very, very intentional. You need to have commitment, And this is not a one and done thing. In order for you to build a legacy business, which is part of my remit and who I also serve and help, is that those women who are high achieving women who want to build legacy businesses, who want to break generational curses. And when I speak with them, they are fully aware already when they come into the world that they're committed to do whatever it takes to get them to the next step, because they're already on their way. And so they understand that they're to get them to where they are right now. And so they look at where I am and they say, okay, can you give me the steps, the logical steps of what I need to do to get to where you are right now? Because I see where you're going and I want to follow your path. Show me what you've done. Same thing with you. When you are, wanting to share your journey, or when you do share your journey, it's also important for you to communicate, articulate that the changes, the evolution, the internal growth that you've experienced, because strategies and systems can only get you so far. In fact, that represents around about 5 to 10% of the journey. It's really your own internal evolution that achieves, that manifests, that creates the outcome. And so take them through that, show them that what has had to happen for you to be who you are today. And this of communication is what attaches people to your identity. So they form ideas and thoughts in their mind when they think about you. And, this is really them going, okay, well, he's a high performer, or she's a go-getter, and she's living the dream, and that's the dream that I want. And so they already have this picture in their mind of what they could potentially be looking like, feeling like, being like, simply because they look at you and see that as the possibility for them. So it's so important that you articulate that. And as part of this, you need to really get clear on who you are right now. Who were you once upon a time? And, what sort of work did you do to get to where you are right now? And more importantly, and this is the most important bit, is like, what are your values? What are the things that you stand for? What are the things that make you you right now? Because when you share your value system, when you share like, you are hardcore, this is what I believe in, this is what I stand for, then you're already stamping your authority. And this is what this is about, is your brand is not only just about what people think about you when you're not in the room, it's about what they know about you in terms of your belief systems and what you stand by. And that automatically sets you apart from anyone else, is what you stand for, what you believe in, and what are your non-negotiables in life, personally, with family, etc. And this will create strong alignment and trust with your audience. So it's so important that you get really clear on this and get very committed. You can't dilly-dally, as I say. You can't just tiptoe your way around this, because if you at all seem like you're a little bit nervous or not sure or don't have the confidence around this, it's going to be very difficult for people to believe in you that you actually do believe in this. And, trust is such a major thing. They may know you and like you, but do they trust you? And by you being firm on what you stand for and what you believe in, it builds that trust. So it's so important that you understand. So this step is like who you've become. And coupled with that is, from time to time, it's really good for you to articulate like who you're becoming, some of the things that you're overcoming right now in the moment, things that that you've experienced, whether they're not so good, or all the wins that you've achieving along the way. Take them through your current journey. I know that I share from time to time personal challenges, and people really resonate with that. They really connect with that, because it doesn't make me seem like this, false, dolly that just is always like winning, winning, winning. And that's such an view of entrepreneurship. Gary Vee says it so well, that entrepreneurship is failing often and winning occasionally. And that is so true, which is why I'm a no BS coach, which is why I will tell you the truth. This is why I always share about how you need to be, disciplined, you need to be intentional, you need to be committed. And these are words that, half players just don't get, and they just don't want to hear it. But the reality is that this is what separates those that really don't go on and achieve big things to those that sustain long-term successful businesses. The words that aren't popular, like commitment, like discipline, like taking action. And from time to time, you are going to hustle, and you've just got to accept that, because the market is evolving, the market is changing, it's dynamic, and people's buying patterns change from, almost like from week to week now, because of such a fast-moving pace with technology and the way that marketing is evolving with it as well. So, buyer behavior is constantly shifting, and unless you're prepared to invest in yourself to understand what's working right now, you're going to fall behind. And it's so important that you understand that. So take them through that journey of what you're going through right now, and potentially who you're becoming. If you know that already, if you understand that already, hey, tell them that as well. Be vulnerable about it. Share, some of your fears, because that makes you even more likable, which is part of the know, like, trust. And I firmly believe that this is such an important thing. And people say, oh, that's so yesterday. No, it's not. It's so relevant today. Nothing will secure your long-term success than know, like, trust. And if you don't believe that, you can even just go to Meta, who, for the past, I don't know, 2 to 3 have, they have polled, both Instagram and Facebook users, and overwhelmingly over 80% have said that connection and also reliability of product are the top 2 things that determine whether they purchase something from an influencer or not. And this is such an important stat to understand, because the connection piece is know and like. So that's how you build connection, is, do they know you? Do they like you? And the reliability piece is the trust. Do they trust that you can take them through the journey and help them to achieve what they want to achieve? So always understand that the foundation of marketing, especially, which ties in with your branding, is know, like, trust. And if you apply that principle alone, you're going to be way further ahead than most people. Your marketing, if it's rock solid and it's good, should do most of the work for you, and you will absolutely outsell any good salesperson if you have your marketing on point. But if your marketing is okay, you'll have to do some selling. And that's okay. But if you don't have either, then you have no business, really. Okay. So number 3 is about really how you are going to take people there. Like, what are your systems? What's your process? How will you help people get to where they want to go, given that you are right now? So how will you take them there as well? So it is all around who you help and how will you help them get there. And this is such an important part of the process to get clear, because if people can't really understand, remember the trust, or can't make that connection that you can help them, then you're missing part of the puzzle. So when you're building your brand, it's really important for you to get clear on, hey, this is what I've done, this is where I've come from, this is what I stand for, and these are the people I want to help as a direct result of where I've come from, what I stand for. And people that I help have to have bits and pieces, or both, preferably both, elements of my backstory and also what I stand for in terms of value systems, in order for me to help them. You might have some outliers in there, and that's okay. But by and by, your backstory, step 1, and also who you've become, step 2, should help you to get really clear on who you can help and how you're going to help them, because then you can share exactly what you've done step by step to help them get there. So if you're not clear on that, it's going to be very difficult for you to find your ideal client. It's going to be very difficult for you to be able to start attracting the people that potentially can see them working with you and having a conversation with you about the possibilities of you showing them how it's done. So to wrap up this whole episode is, number 1, what's your backstory? Like, what have you created so far? and take them through that journey, and also map out, where you want to go, what it is that you want to achieve, and what is your mission and who you're going to be helping. And then step 2 is who you've become. Like, how did you actually get to be this version? What did you actually do? What sort of inner work have you had to do in order for you to become this person? And share elements of your journey in terms of specific learning, specific failures, and how you overcame them, how you got back up, how you build resilience over that. Because people need to understand that it's very normal to fail, it's very normal to have setbacks. It's how you come back off the setbacks. So then that way that gives them inspiration, motivation, hope to be able to achieve that too. And then number 3 is getting clear on how you're going to help them. And that's simply because you're going to get clear on who you want to serve. And so when you get clear on who you want to serve, you know how you're going to help them, because you're going to take them through similar or same steps of what you've done. I mean, there's going to be elements of your journey that you're going to grab that and go, okay, this is the piece that I definitely want to teach to, because that's going to help them get to here. And so what you want to do is be in a position where people come to you and say, hey, I'm already in motion. The ideal scenario is I'm already in motion and I see that you are this far ahead of me, and just take me through the steps to get there. And as you're moving forward, you're literally sharing the steps that you've just taken. So then they follow your steps. That's the ideal scenario. So I hope this has helped you, how to build a rock solid a brand. And of course, bonus tip, consistency. Hence the name of my podcast, is you've got to keep working on this consistently, because as you grow and evolve, there will be elements of your brand that you'll outgrow, and that's okay. There'll be elements of your story that you will want to tell more than others, but you also have to be sharing your story consistently. You have to be sharing how you can help people consistently. You have to be sharing how you became the version that you've become consistently, because there's like, I don't know, 2 billion people on Facebook, and you want to make sure that you are capturing the market every single day with new leads. So help. I hope you had a pen and paper. If not, definitely watch the replay and go again, or listen to the replay. Now, if you like the sound of this, now I'm a no BS coach. I love working with high achieving women who are already in motion and want to move beyond 6 figures towards 7 figures, who want to mirror the steps that I've taken to achieve the results that I have. And if that is you, if you're already in motion and you're feeling like you've hit a ceiling and you want to move beyond 6 figures and you want to move into multiple 6 figures, or if you're in multiple six figures and you want to move towards a 7-figure business, then perhaps it's time that you lock in a call with me. Go to hangwiththequeen.com, book in a call, and let's have a conversation about how potentially we might be able to work together. We can game plan on the call. I can give you some stuff straight away to work on, and then we can start looking how the next 6 months, 12 months, 2 years, 3 years could look for you if you were to come into my world and let me mentor you. So with that being said, I hope you had an excellent time. Thank you so much for being present and being with me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Take care.